Okay, so it's my second day of driving my car. I'm about to go pick up something to eat right now. To be honest, I am a little, my anxiety is a little up right now. I was a little shaky earlier, just thinking and driving my car. Like I said yesterday, I was fine, but I was excited. Today, I'm excited and nervous at the same time. Just driving my car. Like I said, my car is the first place I had my first panic attack in. So it happens, but it's just another exposure. Am I doing a lot better? Yes, I am. Do I still feel anxiety from here? Panic attacks? I do, but not too often like I used to. Before I would get them every day. As soon as I woke up, instantly have a panic attack. And then it'll go away. I fall asleep, wake up, feel okay for a little bit, instantly have another panic attack. But yeah, right now I'm a little nervous. I didn't have a hard time like leaving the house. I'm warming up my car right now. I'm still in my driveway, but like I said, part of recovery is, doing little baby steps. Doesn't mean you have to go out and drive for an hour away from your house. If you haven't been outside for a couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years, whatever, and you can't even go to your backyard, that's the first step. Go to your backyard. You don't want to go to your front yard and start walking off right away. You want to take little steps here and there, but the key is to go out there and not allow the panic to take over. Accept the panic. Don't run from the panic, because if you run away from the panic, your heart rate increase. You have more anxiety. That's one mistake I personally make. When I had the urge to run home, I ran home. If I feel panicky at the corner, in the same corner of my block, and I run home, instantly every time I ran home, my mind will automatically say, that's a trigger, don't go there. And then I allow myself to run home. The more I ran home, the harder it was for me to want to leave the house. And then I would try to avoid going to that corner, go to another corner. Instantly, I have a panic attack there. And then next thing you know, I couldn't, then I was stuck at home again, because when I started doing my exposure therapy back in 2016, I wasn't able to do it daily like I'm doing it now. Because every time I feel panicky, the more I went home, the worse it got. And when I started doing my daily exposure therapy last 2017 May, the first day of May, it was hell. It was a nightmare. But the more I did it, the less and less and less anxiety I felt, the less depression, the less fear I had, the less urge to run home. Then I start having the urge to want to leave my house more often. So now it's like, so sometimes when I leave my house, I'm like, oh no, I have to go home, because it's time for me to go home and go to sleep or whatever. And then sometimes there are days that I'll think, oh my God, I can do it today. Am I going to be able to do it tomorrow? And by allowing yourself to think, oh my God, I did it today, but can I do it tomorrow? That's when you create the more anxiety inside. Sometimes when you go somewhere, don't think about going somewhere like you're forcing yourself to go somewhere. Just put your shoes on and go. Don't allow yourself to sit back and say, oh, how am I feeling? Am I feeling okay? Is my stomach tight? Am I shaking? Am I this and that? Because the more you think about something like that, the harder it is for you to want to leave, because you're making up excuses not to leave. And I'm guilty of that myself. But anyways, yeah, I'm heading off right now to get something to eat.
good. I'll put them up.
So I just drove my car for the third day today. I just went to O'Reilly's Auto Parts just to get an air filter for my car. It feels great to drive. I wasn't as nervous as I was yesterday. The first day I drove my car again, and I was more excited than I was nervous. Yesterday I was more nervous because I was like, oh my god, driving my car again. It's like I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't believe I'm actually driving my car again for the first time in over 2 years. And today I'm like, oh, I'm just driving to drive. It's like with anxiety, you have to try your best not to think. You can say, oh, if I can just stop myself from thinking, I would be overthinking. I was like that myself. I was like, oh, I'm never going to stop overthinking. I'm never going to stop this. I'm never going to stop that. Just by you saying I'm never going to stop, it's feeding yourself more thoughts into thinking. Like myself, I thought I wasn't able to drive again. I thought I was never going to be able to just walk out the door. I thought, I would never I would never start having depression. Thought I was gonna be bedridden. I thought I was gonna be doing this, gonna be stuck laying down 95% of the time and things like that. But look at me now. It's the way you think, the way you react to certain things. It's just gonna feed your anxiety. The negativity is gonna drag you down, and when your brain just knows negativity, that's all your brain knows. But then you have to realize your brain is just it's learning from what you teach it. Your brain is there to your mind is there to protect you. When you fear something, your mind is gonna remind you that, hey, remember you're scared of this. Remember you're scared to leave the house. Remember you're scared to drive your car. Remember you're scared of this and that. And when you let your mind when you feed your mind that, it's just reminding you. It's like when you learn how to drive, right? You're gonna like, oh, I forgot how to drive. I haven't drove for, let's say, 2 years, 3 years. You're not gonna learn how to actually forget to drive. Once you get behind the wheel for a little bit, you're gonna be like, oh, it's so easy. Why did I say I forgot how to drive? Things like that. It's like me. When I haven't ridden my bike for a long time, I got on my bike, I was a little bit wobbly here and there, and then I was like, oh, okay, now it's like my brain is like, oh, you remember how to do this, let's go. So if you can surround yourself with positivity, even if you're watching TV, watch something that's funny, something that's positive, something that's going to feed your mind positivity, and then your mind is going to be like, oh, I want this happy feeling. Sometimes you just have to smile. See, sometimes I think about something funny, I just smile, and then my brain's like, oh, I like this happy feeling. Let's go to that feeling. Let's not go back to that sad, depressed feeling. And then your mind's gonna be like, then your body's gonna react a certain way, and then you're gonna be like, oh, this feels great, this feels good, and then next thing you know it, little by little, then you're gonna feel more happy. Things like that. You control what you can control. Don't try to change things that out your control. And that's what a lot of people that has panic disorder try to do. We try to change things that we can't change. I'm guilty of that myself. And then after that, I realized, I can only control what I can control, and just not let anything really stop me. Has anxiety stopped me before? Yeah, it has, but right now it's not really stopping me from leaving my house. I can just grab my keys and go now. I don't wait for a time, or do I feel fine to go? That's the other thing that you have to realize, that don't allow yourself to find the perfect time to leave your house for exposure therapy. If you say, oh, I want to go for a walk, just go and go for your walk. Don't say, oh, I better go now because I feel fine. By you saying I better go now, I feel fine, that's telling yourself that I can only go at this time, and then you're gonna only want to leave your house at a certain time. I was guilty of that myself when I started my exposure therapy, daily exposure therapy. Over a year ago, I will only leave within the same time frame every day, and then I said to myself, I can't be picking a time where I can leave. I should just leave and go, no matter how I feel. And then the more nervous I felt, the harder it was. But the reward itself for me to leave was even greater. When I got home, I was like, okay, I was panicky, but I still did it. And then my brain, little by little, was like, okay, let's do it again. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. And then after a while, it just got easier, and then I just start leaving my house at different times. And then now I'm like, okay, I can just wake up in the morning and do what I need to do. Like if I want to go for a walk, I'll go for a walk. But anyways, that's pretty much it for today.